Get to the chopper now! Welcome back. So we have something pretty cool today when it comes to RC World. We have the farm tractor. Yeah, we have seen all kinds of racing things, but now we're going to be taking it slow with a farm tractor. And I noticed this thing and I was instantly intrigued. I was thinking like, what are we getting with this? Because I paid around 15 bucks for it. 15 bucks. Like, they have like a full motion farm tractor with all kinds of cool features. So I'm kind of flabbergasted that they can even make this. So it just comes with a mini barrel jack. You can hook it up and also you can just use it without. So the thing is it going to be any fast? How does it make it? And how's the overall quality? And what can we do? Is there something of like a very cool, let's say, plug and play solution where we can just you get some dirt, put it in and just mess around with that? Or is it just something of an overall, let's say, fun experience? Or is this going to be something of a big disappointment? Let's take a close look at the paperwork. The reason why, not only for manual, but just wanted to see who was the importer. So actually Action imported this over here. And it seems to be we do have two different trailers and of course different color themes. I think that is going to be the biggest difference, but so far they are doing exactly the same. So at this point it's just like more like an optical thing. So this thing is kind of complete, kind of cool. It does come with the same kind of joystick. The overall tires of the trailer are just a hard plastic, where this is a little bit softer plastic, or I think it's like more rubberized when it comes to the tractor itself. So in the studio we do have three different kind of batteries, and I must say the rechargeable are not the one you should actually use for the RC itself. We're using the Panasonic Gold Edition, therefore like heavy duty they love to call it, because they have like enough power to actually move these RC cars. And the A4 from the Action is another great option. They're kind of affordable and a really good overall solution, and a rechargeable you can actually use those, like the green ones over here, for using it in a remote. That's just fine. But for now, we're going to be using mostly the Panasonic or the Action or the A-Force battery. So let's move on and let's see what it is and how is it actually. So I must say the configuration of the plastics and the way this thing looks, it's kind of nice. I must say that I'm impressed of the money you're paying for it and what they can actually make. Of course, it's not going to be like the most premium quality product, but I think for the money, we cannot really complain. We have this very tiny barrel jack connection I've seen with portable devices. But also the tractor quality seems to be very nicely. This thing has like some very nice turning point. So let's see what's going on. So when it comes to the configuration, it's similar. We can adjust it over here if you want to. But the front tires, yeah, they look like very thick rubber, let's say, tires. But yeah, normally like a tractor would be going to be to the different kind of surfaces, but I wouldn't expect to do anything there. So you can see the tires are kind of wobbly. So that's a little bit of a downside. You can see that it's not correctly applied. And that is a little bit of a downside. And nothing special comes with the motor, so no differential, whatever. We have a locking mechanism for the battery compartment, but yeah, that's it. But let's put in the batteries. I was just interested to see how it's going on, because it's the first RC car that has this very interesting but weird configuration for 3 AA batteries. I'm going to be using the A-Force today. So let's look it up and let's close it with the screw over here. The configuration goes quite easy. We're going to be turning on the RC remote. We're going to be turning on the RC car now, and it will instantly connect. That's it. So you know it's very easy. So there's an LED over there that actually shows when it's connected. They were talking about like some LED lighting, but I think that's one they're actually meaning. So what's kind of weird that this thing does have some travel, but nope, it's completely pointless. It doesn't do anything. Only underneath, if you're going to be to the end of the joystick, you can actually feel the click of the micro switch. So this is absolutely a missed opportunity when it comes to the overall configuration. This is not like a super powerhouse speed, but of course it's an RC tractor, so it was not really meant to have like high speed. The input, there was no delay there. The only delay I'm actually experiencing is that the one having the freaking joystick. That is really annoying. But how about the trailer? Let's see how we can connect it. There is a stand that we can easily pull down. That's it. So we can just connect it fairly easy. Let's see how the connectivity goes, because I'm really curious how this actually, let's say, puts on the tractor. Let's put in the cable. You can see over here, you can just put it over this hook over there. The construction is all made of plastic, nothing very fancy, but that seems to be fitting perfectly. So let's plug in the cable so we can actually use this thing, because I'm really curious how this thing will drive. How can the configuration be, and what can we actually load up into this piece of plastic bin that needs to be in trailer. So moving around, it's absolutely fun. This is just like a really old school tractor, but man, oh, turning this thing around is absolutely a freaking nightmare. But I think it's kind of cool. So the idea itself, yeah, this is absolutely a very great overall tractor. Just race or race, drive around and just have some old school fun. However, let's load it up with some coins. It gives them a little bit of weight. Let's see if it can even pull that. I think that's not going to be a problem at all. However, I did notice if you're going to be driving around, it's going to be losing everything because the freaking thing is just having problems holding everything inside of the bucket because of the piece of plastic that is actually a valve. You can see it. Oh man, this is like an epic fail. Oh man, so you don't need to load it up too much when it comes to that. So the mechanism itself, yeah, it's working, but if you're going to be filling it up too much, it's not going to be working at all. But yeah, that's kind of cool that we can actually use this mechanism. So the overall construction, that seems to be working fine. But oh man, if you're going to be driving around with this thing filled up, let's put some coins back in. You don't need to fill it all the way, otherwise this motor cannot even push out the coins anymore. It's not even going to be turning or lifting up. So when it comes to that, and overall, yeah, it's kind of limited, of course, but for the low budget price of 15 bucks, we cannot really expect anything more. So every single time I'm going to be accelerating, I'm losing some coins in this case. Of course, we can fill it up with something else, but yep, that seems to be working fine. That's kind of cool, absolutely. So when it comes to the overall configuration of the RC tractor, it's a little bit on the downside that this piece of plastic is like wobbling and yeah, everything falls out fairly easy. But the overall idea was kind of cool and I'm still excited. Thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of something like this and it would be great to see you in the next video. Oh yeah.